Hey friends, you got Renee here at Mold Mending. I have one costume and that gets pulled out once a year because my son and daughter-in-law invite me to go trick-or-treating with the grandbabies. So I wanted to show you a picture of one of my grandsons at 2 years old in his minion outfit. He had the overalls with the blue overalls, the yellow shirt. He had the yellow hat on with the great big circle eyes that the minions have. But you know how we can walk up a sidewalk and people greet you with treats? He had no interest in the people or the candy. Instead, it was all about the flowers. There's some yellow ones here. There's purple. There's orange. He made sure that he smelled them all. It was such a fun night just to watch his delight. And I want to share a story with you about a little boy that we were foster parenting, and oh my goodness, every time he had sugar, I noticed as he started staying with us, and anytime that he was given sugar by ourselves or someone else, the boy would go hyper. I'm talking hyper. And so I began telling him that he was allergic to sugar. I didn't know anything else to say to him to get it through his head. Well, Halloween was coming around the corner, and I'm thinking, this is not going to be good because he loves to get dressed up, loves to go trick-or-treating at doors. We are in a apartment community at that time, so we had no excuse for not being able to go to people's houses, for him to do his usual thing that he loves to do with his family. So we went trick-or-treating, but before we did, we made a pact with him. We asked him, what do you think about still doing your trick-or-treating, but any kind of candy that has sugar in it, any kind of treat that you get that you're not able to have, we'll do a trade. So we kind of bartered with him, and the barter was that I would give him sugar-free candy in exchange for the sugary candy. He went for it. We went trick-or-treating, had no problem. In fact, there was even a woman from another country that we knocked on the door of that has never been familiar with trick-or-treating, and explained. She asked, what are you doing and how do I do it with you? And so we explained, best we could, and she came out with popcorn and soup, and it was the soup that he loved, popcorn that he enjoyed. It was fun. Anyway, so we came home, and he laid all the candy out, and we traded him sugar-free for that. But I wanted to bring this up to you because we've got Halloween just a couple days away from the time that I'm making this video, and many children do have allergies to foods, and they have reactions to foods. They may have mold illness like myself and can't do sugar because of the candida, the co-infection with mold illness. Many kids are not able to do gluten, and there's a lot of candy out there that has gluten in it. So I'm just here to chat with you, especially the parents or somebody that's working with kids and you do something for Halloween for kids. Would you please consider the kids that have food allergies and food insensitivities, celiac disease, you name it. There are kids that just aren't able to have those things, and Halloween can be a little bit more difficult for them because they see all this sugar, they see all this chocolate, they see all this candy, and they feel like they're left out. So here's some ideas for you. Go candy free, and I've got different kinds of treats and ideas to throw at you to barter with your kids with. And you don't have to go trick-or-treating. You can actually select certain homes to go to, like family and friends, and ask them to have safe goodies for your kids to get at the door. So one of the things that's really popular with these little poppers, and they're like little keychains. This is one idea, okay? You can get a lot of things at the dollar store, on Amazon, or Oriental Trading Post. Stickers, kids like stickers. I got a bunch of Pokemon ones. They like bracelets. I've got some Pokemon bracelets here, got from a birthday party. Even Pokemon trading cards. You think of what your kid really enjoys right now, and that's the kind of things that you can have in your treat bin, and let them pick from it or trade from it. Little books, you know, little Matchbox cars, you can get for $1. Even you could make a craft. You could make little tassels. This one's actually from a wedding, but it's just a stick with some strings, and then it's like you can go out and dance, and that's a fun. You could even make little headbands, their own little costumes. And the other thought was communicate with the teacher and think ahead of what kind of snack can you send to school or give to the teacher the day before, so that when they have a party, there are specific things that your kid can indulge in. Like, here's an example for me. I make my scones. Currently I'm making zucchini ones. I have a cinnamon one and a zucchini one. And what I do is I make a tray of it, cut it in squares, and I freeze them. So if you plan ahead, you could be making their favorite dessert and send it along to the teacher so that she can then present it at the time of the big party. The only other thing I want to throw at you is beware of what makeup you're putting on them, what kind of costumes that you are buying, because there's formaldehyde in some of those costumes. There is latex in some of those. That plastic can be really hard for some of us to breathe who have allergies. And then pay attention to the ingredients and makeup that you're putting on them, like depending on what you're going to put on their face, even kitty cat whiskers or whatever, so that they're not like corn or gluten or certain sugars that are in it, and things that are not healthy to be putting on their skin, and they could get these rashes and these reactions because of what you've decorated their faces with or their bodies. So just wanted to share that with you, so that if you got a little one that you are planning to celebrate Halloween with, think ahead so that that can be an enjoyable experience for them and for you. And it shows a lot of love by you planning ahead. All right, you take care. Remember, we can be well even while ill, and have fun.